so that's when I met Butch the first time, and I don't remember exactly why he invited me, or if, I guess he heard me play somewhere. We became friends. I guess he thought my sound was interesting, and then he invited me. And then I think right after that, he moved to Istanbul, and Butch lived in Istanbul for I think 2 or 3 years. And since I'm half Turkish, I started playing in Istanbul a lot. So I used to go to Istanbul like 5, 6, 7 times a year. And then we really became great friends because we had other friends in common in Istanbul. So we used to meet there a lot, and he even put together some Turkish units before we did New Blue Orchestra. So we did some playing in Turkey too. But then when he moved back to the city, that's when I opened New Blue. And since he lived basically a block away, he was there pretty much every night. He came in for a nightcap, and we talked and talked, and he got introduced to all the bands that were playing there. Because New Blue had that at that time. It was not a strict jazz club. It was like Sunday was almost like a dance groove thing going on, and on Tuesday was D'Antoni, the drummer, great drummer, had like a pop jazz duo. Wednesday we had Brazilian, so it was like different kind of music every night. And then pretty much early on, I think just like after a year I opened, I had this idea, because I know Butch was of course doing Conduction and had a larger band, but I had this idea of putting together New Blue Orchestra. And then but my idea was taking like 2 people from each band from each day. So like 2 Brazilian guys from Wednesdays, 2 guys, Jesse and Aaron from Sunday Night Band, and then some Sylvia from Kudu on Tuesdays. So it was like, so we put together this ensemble, and I told Butch I want to do this, if he was into it, of course, as more like almost like a beat, a little bit like beat based, not just. It was Conduction, but it was to stretch it, to make it different from his own ensembles, because his ensemble was 100% Conduction. So this was kind of like Conduction mixed with beats. So usually the tunes, like when we started doing this, the Conduction, it started a lot of times with a groove. Like he gave like the percussion player one groove, he gave the drummer one groove, and then he did like kind of Conduction over the beats. So that was kind of like the concept. And then we started doing this every Monday. Then we did every Monday for like 3-4 years. We were there in a tiny space, tiny stage. It was, and we squeezed in like 20 people on the stage, and then we developed that sound.